So today I'm going to show you how to make this 3-inch ribbon wavy cut bow version, and I have just recently done a tutorial on its sister bow, which is the twisted curved cut bow, which is this, and there is another couple of videos, similar sort of designs. Once you've learnt one method, it'll be even easier to pick up the other styles. So this is a pink and rose one, and obviously this is the navy one that I did in the previous tutorial, but this is the one we're going to make today. And the other reason I like this one is because with this you can use it this way up, or you can turn it and have it this way up, so it's personal preference which you actually think is better, but it means that you basically got two bows for the price of one, which is always fun. And like I said, something I like, because like I said, some of these big ones do eat a little bit of ribbon, so if you can get two styles out of it, like I said, especially for your customers, you can sort of use that as a selling point. So this is what we're doing today, and I am using this lovely rainbow ribbon, and I've got this ombre rainbow this side, and this sort of, it's like little sparkly ombre star kind of effect. And the other thing is, because I'm layering two coloured printed ribbons, I'm layering them so that the whites are both inside, so when we do our folds and everything, we won't see any of the white in the bow. And what I've done is I've heat sealed this side, so this side on the left, I've heat sealed that together, and it's 4 times 36 centimetres in 3-inch ribbon. I'll put everything in the description below. So they're sealed together at the left, and on this other piece, the two together, like I said, with the whites facing in, I've sealed it on the right, so that's sealed together on the right. Okay, so the other thing to do, make sure your ribbon is exactly the same size, both pieces, like so. Decide which side you want on the colour on the outside. So if you want this side showing as the main bow, you'd do it this way up. If you want this side showing on this side on the outside, you do it this way. So like I said, play around with these, because like I said, you can have more fun if you do two coloured pieces like this. But like I said, remember, the whites in the inside, you print on the outside, and like I said, whichever one you want on the main showing bit is the one that needs to be on the bottom. So it's entirely up to you which one you prefer. I think I'm going to have this one on the outside, so I'm going to swap them round. And like I said, that one's on the left, that one's on the right, and as you can see, I have to use my fingers to work out which way round they are. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to pin in 16 centimetres on this side, and then I want to pin 16 centimetres in from this way. So we're working from the left and the right. I get a ruler, and there's my pins. So let's go 16 centimetres. Try not to stab yourself. There's that one, and then we're going to go 16 centimetres in from this direction. Now, if you have problems with working from left to right, when you're making builds like this, build both pieces at the same time. I have dyspraxia, which means that I often get confused with my left and right as part of the condition. So like I said, I always make my bows like these ones at the same time, so I know that I've gone both the directions that I need to go. So like I said, if you have any struggles, like I said, with that, or like I said, if you're one of the people that has to sit there and do this to work out which side you're left and which side you're right, making this way will help you an awful lot. So like I said, I've pinned in both sides, and what I always like to do is like to turn them, just double check that the pins are in the same place. Okay, we're just going to move that down a little bit. And what you want to do with this from your triangle, we want to go, sorry, from your pin, you want to triangle down, like so. Turn that over, so you get this. So I've gone triangle down from your pin, triangle over. Make sure your triangle point is nice and sharp from your pin area, and you have this. Lift it up and bring this behind. Make sure this is all levelled up with your edge. and then take a clip or a pin and pin that there so everything is lined up with there. And then the next thing you do is fold that square area in half, and you want to pin right in the centre, because this is where we're going to fold our wave sides up to. We fold them up to there. Okay, so that's that side. Now this side, obviously this time when with that side we went this way, this time we're going to go the opposite direction. So we're going to go down this way. So triangle down here. Okay, like this, nice and clear from the pin. Fold it over. Adjust that so you can't see any of that white. Don't want to see any of that in a bit. Lift it up, bring this behind, and make sure it all lines up with that edge. And again, take your clip or pin or whatever you've got to hold that in place. Fold from this corner to that corner in half. And you want to pin right in the centre of there, like so. And then you've got the two pieces. As you can see, we've got one this side, folded this side, one folded this side. Okay, so that's what you should have, and this is what they look like from the back. Okay. Then we want to see where we've got this pin. Now this is where it's important. We want to bring this up to here, just over where the pin is. We want it still to be at the edge here. So we want it right at that pinpoint there. Again, I'm just going to take a clip here and hold that in place. And then we're going to take this side and we're going to pin this one. This one's going to be 1 centimetre difference. Now this is the only bit of white you should see in the whole bow. Okay, so that's all pinned in place, and then we're going to do exactly the same this side from the opposite direction. So we take this corner to the pin, like so. Okay, then we take this one from the corner again, make sure it's the same point here. Okay, and that this is 1 centimetre difference, and then we take a clip, we pop that there for a second. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pin these in place ready for when we cut, because all of this bit needs to go to get the shape. So there's one bit. I always do at least 2. Move that out of the way. There we go, and then we can move that ready for cutting, and you want it so it's still nice and straight, and we're going to pin this side as well. One more. Move the clips. There we go, then we can move that one out the way, and that is what the back of your bows should look like, and this is what they look like at the front at the moment. And you should make sure that this line is just above the edge, because we want this to say triangled, and I'll show you once it's all cut. Like I said, remember we only want that tiny little bit of white showing in the bow. So make sure it's all nice and even. We take this, and you want to go right against the edge, use it as a guide. And cut all the way along there. And then using your lighter, in the blue clear bit of the flame, heat seal all those edges. to make sure we don't get any fraying in the centre of the bow. Okay, take those out of the way, and we're going to repeat exactly the same size. Always cut from the back so you've got that as a guideline. Okay, so take your scissors again, use your guide, right against that edge, all the way along while you're ripping this cut. Heat seal in the blue bit of the flame. There you go. And on the front, as you can see, you should have these at a triangle. They should still be a triangle like shape, and it should be the same on both. If you ever got like a squared bit, you need to have pulled this up slightly so you've got the triangle edge. Now what you'll notice is now this way up, this is the shape that you need. So it should be opposite of each other, rather than typically we normally work with mirrors of each other. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 stitches on each side to get 5 creases. And we're going to start from this point here, and then we're going to come round and start from this point on the second piece. So move this along so you can get your point, and from above, through your triangle and through all your layers. And like I said, make sure you're capturing all your layers. You want to do 10 starting from this. So this is 1, and I'll show you once I've done, otherwise I'll lose track of my counting. Move your pins out of your way as you go in so you don't stab yourself, if you're anything like me. And like I said, try and keep your stitches nice and even. The more even that you can get them, the better your end results tend to be. And always remember, if you start in, you should come out on your last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creases, which means I've got my 10 stitches in. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on the back we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're going to repeat exactly the same thing on this side. Take your pin out. Now you can see here there's a slightly difference between the 2 triangle points. So when you start your pin in on this side, make sure you're going through the bit where both sets of triangles come through for your first stitch, and remember it's from above. And again, we want to do 10. Remove your pins as you go in. They're just purely to make sure that your edges all stay lined up. And then your last one should be going through all your layers and coming up through your triangle point there. And again, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just going to curve that slightly more so it's nicely pointed when I put my stitch through. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is some slight fray in there, so I'm just going to take my lighter while my thread's out of the way and it's still on the needle. And there we go. In, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we go. You'll notice that the stitches are pretty much in the same place. So in, 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, out. And on the back, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The more even you get them, the more even and balanced your bow tends to look. And then we can take our thread and we can cinch both sides like so. And then what I do, because I do the cinch method, which gives you the circle look, I'm going to reline up all my 5 creases on that side, and I'm going to stitch back through and round around the same place as the original stitches, so we can cover them with our middle and pull that really tight. And I do exactly the same this side, line the 5 up, stitch back through around where the original stitches are. Cinch that nice and tight so that's all together like so. And as you can see, the shape of your bow is starting to build. If you want to make them in each side, you can make them each side and then glue them together. You get a slightly more squared look than a curved look. So like I said, that is the difference between doing it in 2 pieces and squaring them off, or doing the cinch method like I do. But like I said, whatever works for you is entirely fine. Play around and work out which method. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you ever need any more help on your bows or anything like that, I have a Facebook page and group. I think I might add a picture tutorial for this one as well, and that'll be in the albums of the group as well, and I'll update everyone once I've finished that. Like I said, if you ever need the measurements, they're always in the description below as well, and I'll add the 1.5 inch ribbon version of this and 2 inches ribbon as well, so you can play around. And I'll also add technique changes, because obviously we did 10 stitches on this. You need slightly less to balance them on the smaller sizes. So that's all stitched off. There you go, and as you can see, we've now got it the other way around. Still pretty either way. Just going to get that little bit of rain. There we go, that's better for me. And then I've actually got some ombre rainbow 9mm here, and a 60mm alligator clip. I always do slightly bigger ones on the 3 inch ribbon. I like 55 to about 70 on my 3 inch. So we're just going to glue that to the back like so. Hold that down for a couple of seconds. We're going to heat seal our 9mm. Add a touch of glue just here. Like so. Want to open the back right in the middle. And the other thing I like to do on these to make sure that my centres line up is, if you line up your creases on both sides like this and put a bit of glue in your gap there, pinch that together like that. This will help hold your middle tighter, so it's easier to hide with your 9mm. That means if you don't want to add embellishments or anything like that, you don't have to, because all your stitching's hidden. Like so. Cut off that extra. Okay, heat seal the end. And add a touch of glue here. There you go. And then if you want to, like I said, because this is a rainbow one, I don't know which way round I want to have this. Do this way. No, don't think that quite goes. I'm going to do a ombre, matches that one in there. We want to do at least 3 inches. And sorry if I ever confuse any of you going between centimetres and inches. It's just a UK thing. So we want to make the S shape and pinch that side, and then we want to make the S shape in the opposite direction, this side, like so. Pinch the ends so it stays together like this, and you've got the dip this side and the dip this side. And you always want to glue on the plain side. So touch glue there. And I'm going to take this, open up the back of our clip, like so, and then you twist it round to the back, touch glue on the right side again. There we go. And like I said, the best thing about this bow, it can be worn this way up, or it can be worn this way up. So like I said, it's entirely your personal preference which way round you prefer the look of the bow. So thanks for watching, hopefully you found this useful, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!